generations. And now, the power of two restores the one.
We got a bidet! Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel Dyad in the Rough. Today I want to look at something I have been very excited about. It is the new Villainous expansion called Sugar and Spite. And this is for the Disney version of the Villainous. So there is Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars. Here we're taking a look at one of the new expansions for Disney. And so we're going to look at the box, and then we're going to look at some of the contents and give some of our thoughts on the new expansion. So right away you may notice that this box looks a little different than some of the advertisements, and the reasons why is because it's the Target exclusive. So if you look down there, maybe if we can focus, there we go, down there at the bottom it says Target exclusive game piece. So we get a sleeve that is over the game, so we can see here we're going to end up pushing that game out in a minute, but there is a chocolate candy bar looking sleeve over it, and then on the back we get some information about the game, so we can go ahead and see there all that different information. But what it boils down to is that we have King Candy and Shere Khan as our two villains being added. Again, the game piece for King Candy is the exclusive piece in this game. I have not seen what the piece is for all the others. My guess is it's more of that see-through type texture like Shere Khan will be, whereas the King Candy one is very solid. So that's my guess. But let's see. Let's go ahead and let's open it up. Let's get this box out. So if you did not buy it at Target, it'll look like this. If you do, you'll have this sleeve attached to it. And then the back of it still looks the same as that sleeve. That way we get all the information about the game. So we got it open, so let's go ahead and take the cover off and see what the contents are on the inside. Alright, what does it look like on the inside? It's actually kind of cool. If we look here, there is an advertisement for all the other expansions. Like, there's those, it even says on top where they're from. There's those, and then the games themselves, so that's pretty cool. We get the instruction book, which, if you know how to play, there's a good chance that there's not much in there that you'd need to read. Maybe there's some sort of new game mechanic, I don't know yet. We got the boards, or the realms. We got the character guides. We got tokens if we need them. Here is the game pieces. So this is the King Candy. Very nice and cool. And then we got Shere Khan. So I was talking a second ago how the King Candy is more like a full piece to it, or you can't see through it, whereas the Shere Khan one you kind of can. So maybe you can see the difference between the two of them. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. So we also got the cards for each one. I also want to show the inside of the box because it's actually themed to be like King Candy's world. So that's really neat. It's a nice touch to it. Okay, so what do we need to care about? Well, let's take a look at the realms, and then we'll take a look at their decks too to see some of those cards and abilities and give our thoughts on it. Alright, now we got all of the contents unpackaged, so we're going to take a look at the board. So let's look at King Candy's first. So if we open up the board, that is very cool. It looks like a racetrack. I do dig that. Oh. Interesting. There are some different things going on here. So first things first, what is King Candy's objective? So he has to pass, start, / finish with a glitch attached to Vanellope von Schweetz. So something tells me that you'll have to get Vanellope out, you'll have to attach a glitch to her, and then King Candy will have to have Vanellope in his possession and then pass the finish line, is my guess. But what's interesting about this one, if we look in the middle, we have basically one of those options or actions for the turn in the middle of two of the areas, so that's kind of interesting. It makes me wonder how his match plays, because normally you go from realm to realm, and maybe this one is you have to follow the racetrack. I don't know. Maybe we'll take a look. Let's take a look at Shere Khan's objective. It says, defeat Mowgli when there are no fire tokens in his realm. So you have to make sure there's no fire tokens and then defeat Mowgli. And if we look at this realm, this is more along the typical lines, I would say, for what the realms look like, where you could bounce between the different ones, whereas King Candy is a racetrack. So very nice, cool locations for Shere Khan. Let's look at some of the cards. So there's the Mowgli card. You know, once all the fires are gone, we want to make sure we have Mowgli in play and then defeat him. If you haven't played Villainous before, there are 2 decks for every character. There's the Villain deck and then the Fate deck. And the Fate deck is where other people can start sending in some of those like hero characters or different abilities. So we got Mowgli. We also got Baloo and Bagheera. So a lot of these heroes from the movie can come in and try to mess with the villainous plans. We got Wolfpack there. Looks like we got the Jungle Patrol. That's a strong one. The Vultures. That's pretty neat. One of the things I do love about these games are the artwork. And what's nice is that the artwork is so good that a lot of times they turn them into puzzles. This is how you get the fire tokens. We see this card here. So if this card's drawn, place a fire token or move a fire token to any location. So fire tokens must be important. They're probably in here maybe. I'm not too sure. What are some of the cards in Shere Khan's deck? We got Ka. So that's pretty cool. King Louie. That's another cool one. The Monkeys. So those look like minions of the group. And then we just have a lot of cool effect cards and whatnot. So there's some cool artwork like I was mentioning. That's another cool one. And a lot of times some of the names of the cards even emulate some of the things that they say in the movies or shows, depending on where they're coming from. But pretty neat. So that is some of the cards from Shere Khan. Let's take a look at some of the cards from King Candy. So we got Vanellope right there. She got a long description. It says, before King Candy moves, if Vanellope von Schweetz has a glitch attached, reveal the top card of King Candy's deck and move the racer token forward that card's cost, plus 2 action spaces. Put the card on the bottom of his deck. Interesting. Again, you'd have to read some of the rules to see how his board plays out differently, because his is very different from some of the others. We got the Wreck-It Ralph that can come in and cause some havoc. We got Fix-It Felix Jr. Sergeant Mora Jean Calhoun. Princess Vanellope, that's an effect card, not one that actually comes out and can do some damage. It says move King Candy back up to 4 action spaces, so that could push him back further from the finish line. So that would be a good one. Vanellope's Medal. It's another one with some good artwork. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of cool cards in the mix. So those are from the Fate deck. What are some cool ones from King Candy's deck? Got this guy here, Sour Bill, Duncan and Winchell. That one looks hilarious. Taffeta, Mutton Fudge. Let's take a look at one more. What's another cool one? Ooh, this is a cool looking one. The most powerful virus in the arcade. That card looks amazing. So, yeah, really cool cards. I am excited to try these out. But before we wrap it up, let's take a look at some of these books and seeing what's going on, because I am very curious to see what's going on with King Candy. Okay, so it's interesting. So you basically get to move 1 to 4 spaces at a time, and you have to go in the order of the track. And then wherever you stop, the actions that you get are the one behind you, the one you're on, and the one in front of you. And then every time that you pass the 3 in the center, then you gain the 3 power. Interesting. Yeah, definitely going to have to give this a try and play with Sarah. There's the Shere Khan one as well. I think this one's probably a bit more straightforward, where you travel from from realm to area to area within his realm, and then it plays like normal. So, all right. Well, what are my thoughts? I really, really like that it's not just, here's a couple of villains and, that's basically the same as we got before. There's something, an added little flair with King Candy, and I really like that it is unique with the track. So the fact that we're not just bouncing between areas, but we're actually taking this track is really cool to me. I don't know how well it's going to play out, just because I haven't played it yet. But of course, once we start playing, we're going to start seeing different strategies we can use with it. And then hopefully give some good feedback on it. But that was the unboxing of the new Villainous expansion to the Disney Villainous, Sugar and Spite. We do have another one coming out, I think, in August for Star Wars. I'm not sure. This one actually snuck up on me. We just were randomly in the store and found it. So those are my thoughts and the cool goodies you get inside. Make sure, if you want the Target exclusive, to get it from Target, but I'm sure the game is great no matter what. If you enjoyed this type of video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Drop us a like if you like the video, and drop us a comment letting us know if you play Villainous and if you are looking forward to the expansion. And then, as always, everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.